Today I'm coming to you from the iconic and the signature hole of Nakuru Golf Club, the 18th hole. Very scenic hole. You can actually see the lake, you can see the town and the mountain ranges beyond the lakes. Very beautiful hole. This week I want to start a new series talking on golf, the management of your golf game. It's an aspect of the game that a lot of people don't pay attention to or don't think about too much. And I want to give a shout out to one Captain Oroko for requesting a series on the game management. Today we're going to talk about how do you manage your game on the tee box. A lot of people usually just come, tee up the ball without too much thought of what they really want to do. You have to know a few things before you decide even where to tee up, before you even tee up the ball. You need to come, assess the hole, see where the problem areas are that you want to avoid, understand your shot shape, understand what the wind is doing, and then also understand the situation you're in that competition or in that game you're playing. You might be leading or beating, it's a match play and it's the last hole, you're one up. You can't afford to make a mistake. So you need to play safe. So maybe in that instance, this is a par 5, the driver is not your portion. Maybe you need to hit an iron or a 5-wood so that you're safely on the fairway. Because if you hit right on this hole, you're dead. There's OB on the right. If you hit left, you're in the woods. It's a generous fairway, but it's very easy to miss right or left. And that can make or break your round. So first understand the situation you're in. That's the first part of understanding what are you trying to accomplish on this hole. Is that birdie mandatory? Yes, it's a par 5, but is that birdie necessary? Are you okay with the par? Once you assess that and decide, okay, I'm going to hit my driver or whatever club you choose to hit. Now see, you know on the right is OB, you're dead meat, you want to go there. Left, there's wood. Right now there's a breeze coming from behind my back. It's going to be helping the shot. For most players, I encourage, first thing we know, we don't want the right. If you hit a fade, you want to tee off on the right side of the tee box. Okay? And aim left side of the fairway. Why? Because that gives you the whole fairway to work with. You can hit a nice fade back into the middle of the fairway. And if it turns into a small slice, you still have more fairway to work on the right. All right? If you hit a draw, for most people, I'll tell you, look at the left side of the fairway, of the tee box. You'll obviously aim towards the right side of the fairway, and it will come back. Again, you're giving yourself the whole fairway to work with. All right? So that's tip number 1. Now, tip number 2. First, understand the game situation. Tip number 2, know your shot shape. Most people on most tee boxes, if you hit a fade, I will encourage you to think about teeing up towards the right side of the tee box. If you hit a draw, I'll encourage you to tee up on the left side of the tee box. But again, you have to make that judgment based on the trouble areas on that hole. Okay? So, know your situation, know your shot shape, know where the trouble areas are, and tee up on the right side for your shape of the shot you want to hit. Okay? If you can do that consciously, don't always tee up in the middle of the tee box. It doesn't help you. I always encourage people and I teach people, look at the trouble area For most people, I'll say tee up on the side there is trouble so that you're hitting away from the trouble. All right. I hope these two tips help you with managing your game on the tee box and get you more consistently on the fairway. Next lesson, you're going to talk about your approach shots. What you need to consider when you're approaching the green. And in the third series, we're going to talk about putting. How do you manage your putting? Thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so below. Remember to hit the button, the bell button, so that you get notifications anytime we add a new video on this channel. See you on the next lesson. Hit them straight.